My name is Shunpei Iguchi. Do we have any wild guess what kind of name it is? Yes, it's Japanese name, but I guess any kind of answer, maybe Chinese, Korean, Filipino. But yeah, I'm a Japanese American. I was born in LA, but I grew up in Germany and Japan. I came to States when I was 18. So when I joined Peace Corps, I was like a definition of identity crisis. But I think Peace Corps really helped me solidifying my identity as American. I served in Nicaragua, and in Nicaragua there are many Asian people. Probably there are, but I didn't get to meet much. And when they think about American people, they think about tall, white, blonde hair, blue-eyed people. So whenever I met new people, they were like, "So you're Chinese?" Like, no, I'm American. But where are your parents from? They're Japanese. Oh, so you're Japanese, so they just don't get it.
Well, I had it both ways, kind of. On one hand, I was called white. On the other hand, there were many Malians, especially, and I'm really happy to be across from the Mali tent right there. On the other hand, from a Malian side, it was very much welcome home. A couple of Malians would come up to me and say I was different than the other volunteers, and I couldn't behave, and I would have to dress, and I would have to, they expected a higher standard, is what one, I think, meaningful conversation that I had there with a couple Malians on this issue of being a different type of American. Was very warming and embracing. Because I had heard that many countries in Africa didn't like African Americans, thought that African Americans weren't doing enough to support Africa. So I didn't know when I was placed in Mali what type of reception I would get. And so I was happy to hear, more of a welcome home, welcome back. And it was also interesting to see people that looked like my friends in the United States. So for the most part of my time, that was the case. I would say 70 to 80%, but for 20 to 30%, I was also a white American to some over there. And so it was kind of interesting seeing the social dynamics that, because I'm a light-skinned African American versus other types of African Americans, it was an interesting perception from the Malians towards me, and so it was quite interesting. It was very rewarding in the end to see it from both sides.
I was always called Chino, which is the Chinese guy in Spanish. First, I was very kind of offended by it being called Chino on the street. Even the homeless person, he came up to me and like, "Hey Chino, deme un peso," meaning like, "Hey Chinaman, give me a peso." Like, you gotta be polite at least. Try to get some peso from me. But that was a very common thing, and at the beginning I was like I got angry or frustrated sometimes. But they say in Nicaragua, which goes, "There is no discrimination in Nicaragua. We treat people equally bad."
All volunteers face cross-cultural exchange as Peace Corps anywhere in the world, because you have these host cultures, and our American culture is very American, let's just say. And so when you combine these very American cultural norms here, which are what they are, to these cultures around the world, which can be quite different, it's natural to have certain interesting situations, if you will.
I think after Peace Corps, I just accepted what I am, and I don't really try to define myself by like I'm from here, from there, but rather I have this experience, and this is the whole package.